Hey guys, so today I have swatches of the China Glaze 2014 Halloween collection. This is called the Apocalypse of Color. So it is a 5-piece collection, 6 if you count the Ghoulish Glow glow-in-the-dark top coat, but I didn't get that one. I have an old bottle of that and I'm pretty sure that comes out every year. So I'm just going to do the 5 limited edition colors from this year. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this and I will get on with the swatches. So the first one is Getting to Know You, and this is a copper micro glitter and a black jelly base. I actually pulled out this one, which is Ichabody from a Halloween collection. I don't even know when. It was a few years back. And they are pretty much identical, except for the glitter in Ichabody is much more orange rather than copper. But other than that, they look pretty similar, so you know, it's obviously up to you whether you think you would want both, but just know that they are pretty much the same. So this is one coat of Getting to Know You over the bare nail. This one is kind of thick, and it definitely looks a lot different on the nail than it does in the bottle. I was expecting a little bit more of the glitter and less of the base, I guess. It kind of seems that a lot of the glitter just stuck to the side of the bottle, and so it made the polish look a little bit lighter than it does in real life. So there's definitely a lot more black base than there is copper glitter in this one. It looks like it covers pretty well in one coat too. You'll have to excuse all of my mistakes. I'm at a really weird angle here. But yeah, it looks like it covers pretty well in one coat. That's probably just because it's on the thicker side. So that is one coat of Getting to Know You on the bare nail. I'm going to let that dry and then I'm going to do a second coat just because I have a couple bare spots, like little streaky bare spots, but I think if you were actually more careful and maybe not going at such a weird angle, you could get away with one coat of this. So I've let that dry for the most part. You guys can see that the glitter dries a little bit. It's almost like a little bit textured looking, like the glitter definitely sticks up through the base dries down a lot. So if you do want this to be glossy, then you will definitely want a top coat on it. And like I said before, this one is kind of thick. I'm trying to fight some like major globs here, but it's not terrible. It's just a little bit annoying. So there are 2 coats of China Glaze Getting to Know You. So this next one is called Don't Let the Dead Bite, and it is a red glitter mix. There's a few different sizes in here in this weird kind of milky, pinky looking base. So here is one coat of Don't Let the Dead Bite over the bare nail. This one is definitely not as thick as the last one, and the base that it's in is really close to my actual nail color. I'm also surprised to see that there's even like little bar glitters in here, because those bar glitters really didn't show too much in the bottle. You can see you kind of have to dab a little bit with this one, because if you just swipe, you end up wiping off all the glitter. So that is one coat of Don't Let the Dead Bite. I'll let that dry and come back for a second coat. I think this covers pretty well on the first coat. It's kind of difficult for me to see just because the base is really a weird kind of flesh tone color. So we'll see how it works on the second coat. So here is my second coat of Don't Let the Dead Bite. It definitely covers a lot better on the second coat, or like covers it the rest of the way, I guess, and you can see that base starting to come out as more pink like it is in the bottle rather than such a skin tone color. I don't have to dab as much to get the glitter even on the second coat either. I think the glitter that's already on there dries up a little bit, so it's a little bit rough, and I think that's catching the glitter a little bit better than when you put your first coat on over a smooth nail. So that is 2 coats of Don't Let the Dead Bite. This is another one that you would need a good amount of top coat for because it does dry with the glitter sticking up and it's just rough to the touch, unless you like that, but I think it would look better with top coat over it. So again, that is Don't Let the Dead Bite. So the next one is called Rest in Pieces, and this is a copper and gold 3D glitter mix with some black glitter mixed in there as well. It looks like it's all hexes and bars. Put down a base of Lime Crime's Milky Ways. I very roughly put down a base of Lime Crime's Milky Ways to put this glitter over. I like using neutral bases when I swatch glitters just because very rarely do you have a nude or neutral colored glitter in the mix, so it helps everything show up in the swatch. I don't like putting, glitters that have white pieces in them over white because then the white disappears and things like that. So I do like to use neutral bases for that. This is 1 coat of Rest in Pieces over a neutral base. The first thing I noticed about this one is that even though it looks like it's really, really glitter packed in the bottle, it was a little bit difficult for me to get glitter on the brush on the first dip. The second dip was fine, so that's weird. Now I almost have too much. So I'm trying to dab this on just so we can get coverage everywhere. I think it just takes a little bit of actually swirling the brush down into the glitter to get a good amount of glitter on your brush. If you just dip in and come back out, your brush is probably going to come out mostly empty like mine did on the first try. And again, I'm dabbing this rather than swiping it because that's really the best way to work with chunkier glitters like this. That is 1 coat of Rest in Pieces over a nude base. You can see there's copper and gold and black glitters in here. And I believe what I'm looking at as far as the gold glitters are 3D or holographic, so they have a rainbow reflect to them. They're not just metallic. So yeah, again, that is Rest in Pieces. So this next one is called Bud of Corpse, and it is a shimmery green base with black micro glitter mixed in. So here is 1 coat of Bud of Corpse over the bare nail. So the base on this is actually a lot more opaque than I thought it was going to be. I think with some finagling I can actually get away with 1 coat on this one. Maybe not, because that looks really chunky. Let me see if I can do better on the next one or if it's actually just polish. Okay, so this polish dries really, really fast. So, you can see how messed up my pointer finger looks compared to my middle finger. I tried to work with the pointer finger a little bit too long. You can see it's drying right in front of you. That it's already starting to go from wet to kind of a satiny matte finish. So yeah, this one dries really fast, so you want to work with it really fast or else you're going to end up having bald spots like I do on my pointer finger. I feel like this one is thickening up on me just from having the bottle open too. So that is 1 coat of Bud of Corpse, and I'm going to let that dry for just a little while, and I'm going to come back and do a second coat. You don't necessarily need a second coat, just because it is pretty opaque on its own, but for like my pointer finger and places where I have a bald spot and it dried just too fast for me to actually fix, that's where a second coat will come in. So here is 2 coats of Bud of Corpse. Just trying to fill in the bald spots that I created by not realizing how fast this dries. So I don't know if you guys can see how much thicker it's coming out on my brush. This is almost like, it almost feels like it's drying up in the bottle and thickening up on me. So every dip I take into the bottle comes out thicker. So that is 2 coats of Bud of Corpse. You can see it kind of has like a yellowy green sheen to it, but it does dry to a satin matte or matte finish, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, so I would definitely top coat this just because I'm not the biggest fan of this finish, and these finishes tend to chip really fast, but I don't know that for sure because I haven't actually worn this for any length of time. But yes, again, that is China Glaze Bud of Corpse. So the last polish is I Love Your Guts, which is a darker, rosy, kind of metallic, shimmery base with the black micro glitter mixed in. It looks a lot like Bud of Corpse, and so I'm kind of assuming that the application and the dry time will be really similar. Here is 1 coat of I Love Your Guts. The finish is pretty much the same. The opacity is pretty much the same. This one's starting out thinner and much more manageable than Bud of Corpse ended up being at the end, so hopefully this one doesn't like instantly thicken up on me like the other one did. You can see it's already starting to dry to that same satin matte kind of finish. It definitely dries fast. So that is 1 coat of China Glaze I Love Your Guts, and this is definitely a 1 coat polish. I have no nail line showing at all after 1 coat, so I'm not going to add a second coat. Bud of Corpse, the green one, would also be a 1 coat polish if I had known how fast it dried and hadn't created bald spots by dragging for too long. So I think they both are definitely 1 coaters. You just have to know that they're dry really fast and you don't have a lot of time to manipulate the polish on the nail. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will talk to you later.